video update of this day. So we started baking process 24/7. Today we delivered to Children's Hospital here. They were sitting without bread because several families live there and they cannot leave the building because children are ill, and also the doctors and nurses, they sleep in the hospital because it's not allowed to walk on the streets after, and it's not safe after 5 at the PM, and until 8 AM. Now we're in a bakery preparing also for 24/7 process, and we had one weak place, so there are walls, but in one place there is danger that in case of shelling people can be hit. So we are putting now bags with sand and trying to secure that. I will show you the team of volunteers. We were teaching today how to make bread. So the people are first time bread and cakes under supervision of Zealandia technological staff. So we made a training today for several people, and they will be here during the night. So you see people which a few hours ago had no skills at all, and now they're fully capable of making bread, baking bread, and the most important, giving out the bread. We also, besides regular bread, we started today, as you saw, the cakes, and we decided that for especially for hospital, and we gave it to soldiers, we decided to make some special bread. So we have Pane Plus Dark cereal bread, especially full of nutrition for the soldiers and for the hospitals. And we will start also making other type of cakes, because we're here we have a lot of cake mixes. Interesting enough that while we were supplying to Children's Hospital, we saw a car from military guys, a small car driving. So we stopped them and asked if they don't need a bread, and they said, yeah, actually we have our families sitting underground in Kiev, and Kiev is under heavy attack, and all the shops are closed, so we physically cannot buy anything. So that's why we delivered them also some cakes. I'll place photos under this video. And during giving these cakes, we saw another line of military cars and trucks which were just after fights for Kiev. They were relocated to other location. I will not say now where, but they were relocated, and they were quite tired after the fights, and also had no bread. They had only like dry cookies with them to eat. So we provided them with water, provided them with this beautiful Pane Plus cake, Pane Plus bread, and I think that was the best ever hands which could take bread, and the best ever purpose for this bread. So we saw those soldiers taking and touching the fresh bread and smelling the fresh dark bread with cereals. So we will continue our mission, and now we're in discussion with one of the supermarket chains. They had also canteen service, so that you could buy takeaway ready food. Now people don't buy almost ready food, and we can use now maybe their canteen or kitchen. Their kitchen we can use to make also lunches for people, because there are actually those young families which had possibilities, and children, most of them flighted from the city, but there are quite a lot of old people sitting just on their apartments. Some can hardly walk. So they're just laying on the floor during the shellings in the night, and they have also not possibility to come out and to buy normal products because they're running out of money on one hand. On the other hand, they physically cannot get down. So we now try to deliver them just on the floors, the bread, but also we want to make some soup, some warm meal. So since tomorrow we plan to serve the warm meals to those people. And so Action Bake for Ukraine is becoming a bigger. It's not only bake, it's also cook for Ukraine. And to be honest, we already have more volunteers than we can handle. Tomorrow another training session will start, because we want to start 2 more bakeries at Zealandia location. It's a bit smaller equipment, but still we can produce some special type of cakes and special type of breads, and we will distribute them for free also here throughout the city of Brovary. And since I learned today that there are such problems in Kiev, we will also try to supply to the left bank of Kiev, which is suffering now from bombardments. Thank you for those who support us. In fact, it started very small. Now money starts running out. But on the other hand, we also see what God is making in hearts of people all over the world. And by the way, I'm now from inside, and I'll show you the place which had to be secured from outside, from shelling. So you can see that this is not the most safe place. So we put now the bags with sand outside, especially to protect people in the night, because in the night actually the most bombardments are happening. And here they can block themselves. You don't see this building much. It's quite small. It's between higher flats, and it normally doesn't attract much attention. So, and since this is not strategic object, so it's relatively safe here. And for people who are working here, they say, well, I can better stay here than stay the whole night at home and just be afraid. So you can see our brave soldiers. You can see those yellow lines on their hands. It means that he is from Ukraine, because all our soldiers are wearing now this, at least here in the neighborhood. And you can see around here the flats. As I was driving today, this morning, from the bakery, I saw people coming from underground, because under these flats there are such basements, and people are trying to hide there during the night because they're afraid for shellings and for bombs, and in general for soldiers who could come, or tanks. So there is quite, it's not a panic, but people still have fear, and I can very much imagine. And so you can see there, for example, under the flat there is such a small kind of basement, and you can come there in and you can hide. Also from this house quite a lot of people are coming now to buy bread or to take bread, but they are coming with money, and they are shocked that they don't need to give money, because actually money are also running out. The people don't get supply, people don't get jobs now. It's still not critical, because it's just a few days, but we understand that this will be for longer time. So tomorrow we'll have a meeting in the morning to understand how to plan it in the best way. So far, well, it was update for today. So please pray for this night. Pray also for coming days, and pray for wisdom, that we can just plan in such a way that those resources which we have still available here, we can spread in a wise way, that in case this war will last for several months, we are able to provide people with at least some basic food. Thank you. Pray for us, and may God bless you all.